day at the Father of Esports, and you're watching Matt Emo's Arcade.
What's up, gang? We're gonna wrap up the turtles in this video. I want to do something different on this one that I didn't do on the last one. I had the idea, but I didn't get a chance. I want to do a startup sound on it, and there's a couple different ways that I think I can do it. But I'm having one major problem, and we don't have very good sound at all right now. I forgot that I've been using my little Bluetooth speaker in the back of this, so I was just running a audio cable through it. So the sound has been good, but that's not the way I'm going to run it because I don't want to give away my speaker with it. So what we need to do, this is running a Pandora's Games X Plus. So it's like a generic Pandora's box. I'll show you what it looks like here. And it seems to be fine so far, except for this problem that I'm having. I can't see. Okay, there it is right there. All I can see is the joysticks. And the other thing I want to do is I want to change this joystick if I have another one. Because when you press up, it's just real weird feeling. I don't like it at all. But we're not getting any sound. I worked on it for a while, and finally I'm getting sound, but it's just barely. And I worked, and I put a volume knob on it here. If you can see that, which was nice. I like that. Fine, worked it out, and it just barely turns it up. It's only a 5K pot. That should be fine. I could only get it up to go up to 3K at first. Still not the problem. The problem is this cheap board doesn't have an audio amp on it, and so I tried to cut it down to with one speaker and still won't work. So we're gonna have to figure out a different method, and then I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I'm just gonna take all this junk out that I wired in, and we'll put some computer speakers in, because there's a headphone jack which I tried to wire this in through. It does not use sound out of the Jamma harness at all, only through the headphone jack. It has a volume potentiometer on it that does nothing. And that could be because there's no amplifier. So what I want to do is just remove all this stuff. We'll save it for the next one, and then we'll install some computer speakers. I got some that are run by USB, and they also have the audio jack. So we're just gonna cut the USB off and then wire it to the hardwire it to the power supply. But after that, then we'll get to have some fun, and we'll see if we can get this startup sound. I have some good ideas. It should be fun. Stick around. I got a lot of this wiring already cut just from troubleshooting. I tried everything because I'd already spent all this time wiring and had the speakers on here. The other thing I did is I made my bezel. I measured it all out. I got it square. I cut it out in the center with a razor knife so that there's no overlapping, no tape or anything like that showing. And it was too long. Every time I open the control panel, it smashes it down and it bends it all over the place. So that wasn't working out very well. All right, we can pull all this out. This is all extra wiring at this point. We won't need, well, you can leave the potentiometer on there for now. We might need that still. I think the speakers they have one, but it's like in line on the cord, which I don't like that very much either. We're gonna go ahead and take these speakers out. Oh. Can I get to it? No. Oh, what did I knock off? The speaker? Oh, I got to it. Oh, that's right. It's not screwed through it. It's just screwed next to it. I gotta do is get one and it'll probably come out. There we go. Easy removal. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at these speakers I got. I think they look okay. They're like, I don't remember, 10 or 20 bucks on Amazon. We don't need anything that's super expensive. We just need something with sound. And we might have to decase them. They are huge. Didn't mean to get. They didn't look this big, and everybody was complaining about how small they were. I could have did dimensions, but so here we have our cable, and there's our volume knob, which we might just work with that. But we have USB for power, and then we have an audio cable. So we need to cut this USB off and trim the wires back, and then we'll mount that to the 5 volts. I did test the speakers a minute ago. They do work well. Good enough. The my little speaker that I was using, it was almost annoying. Let's see if I can. Let's go ahead and take this little connector off here. Is it the only screwdriver I didn't grab? Oh, it's in my pocket, I think. Yeah, sweet. I also ordered these specific from Amazon, which this is, oh, it's stuck over here. Hang on, I'll get it off. It's kind of cool. It's big and bulky, so hopefully you have plenty of room if you're using one of these, but it's just got 3 terminals on it, a left, right, and a ground, and 2 positives and a negative. And so if you have that 3.5 audio jack that you need, but not the right pigtail or the right wiring or the time to fool with it, this is really fast and quick and easy. I think 2 of them were like $4 or something. They're pretty cheap. So it looks like this. Pretty big spot. So I like that. That was a cool deal. And this is, let's see, we take this black one off. This one here goes to the volume knob. This one comes back, so we can leave that. And the white, I'll pull them. Those come from the Jamma harness. Those are the original audio cable, or audio wires, speaker wires, plus and minus. How foolish of me to think that those would work. Looks like I did cut them off once. We can probably, we'll just tuck this for now. I don't think we'll need it, but I don't want to cut it off just in case. Not until we actually get the sound and it's working and I know it. My luck, we'll cut it off and we'll need it 3 times. So we'll just get it where we know it's not going to go anywhere. I wasn't even going to film this because I just thought this was just going to be easy stuff, but geez. The audio has been a pain. I didn't realize that there was no audio amp on here. I just assumed that it would have ran through the Jamma harness, being a Jamma board, but they make these things where just anybody can play with them. Well, I guess just anybody doesn't know how to do wiring. So we got our speakers off now. Let's see if I can get this crud off of here. And we definitely know that these big ass speakers are not going to fit in there. Where'd they go? And they're definitely not going to go right there. I don't think they're going to fit in there with this board anyway. Let's see. No, they won't fit in there anyway. So we're going to either have to find an alternative spot or see if we can decase them. Hopefully it's not using that. I'm sure it is. It's like a subwoofer box. Oh, crap. I'm trying to see if there's just screws down in there. It looks like there is. I think with this giant light in my face, I'd be able to see it. I just can't look down that hole. So I'm going to go ahead and take those apart. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to bring over the sound module. And this is my first idea for putting a startup sound on here. Basically it's a little $10, $15, they go up to like 20 bucks. But it's a little kit that you use to put sound in like a greeting card. I'm just gonna keep dropping everything. Let me see. Move this out of the way a little bit. Oh, that ain't a good idea. Let's move you guys over here. Move this over. Screwdriver in the way, everything's in the way. Go down here. There we go. Alright. So give me 1 second. Jesus Christ. Sorry about the fan sounds, just the air conditioner. It just blows really loud. So like I was saying, this is for a greeting card so that you can have, like, you know, your personal voice or whatever your favorite song is play on a greeting card. This is the sound module itself. Comes with the actuating button. This is actually a speaker here. Comes with a battery holder, which I had to attach myself, which I'm not sure why. And I got my own batteries, and then it came with a data cable. So we have a on-off switch that's super small. Let's see if I can show this to you. Right there, that little yellow guy. And then here you plug in your mini USB. And then where my index finger is here, there's a tiny potentiometer for the volume. And then this is the speaker right there. Pretty simple. But we don't need this, or this. So we're gonna cut all this shit off of here. But I do want to hook it up. Actually, let me tell you, when I first got it, I had to take it apart. It did not work at all. And this little switch that's back here, which I'm not gonna mess with, but if you turn it on and off, it just moves and it breaks the solder connection there. So I had to take this off here and go ahead and solder that back on. But I called Amazon first, and I got a refund. So we got it for free, and now we'll play with it. I don't know for sure that this will work. It just seemed like a good idea, and it was kind of along the lines of what I was trying to do. At least I think I can hack it and do it that way. So let me make sure that this is on. It's off. Okay, we turn it on, and it just has a little test sound. I have to get it real close for you. And so what I'm hoping to do is, this does have a amplifier built on it, supposedly. So what I want to do is just cut this off and wire my, speaker that we already have to it, which now we don't have regular speakers. We have computer speakers, so that's going to be a pain in the ass. And then we can cut this switch off, and I want to just short it. And we're going to cut this off and run it to the power supply for 5 volts. And we have 2 different spots for input on the power. One is for 5 volts, and one is for 3.7, and that's if you have a rechargeable battery. And then the other thing with it is, let's see if I can find them. There's a bank. Oh, here they are. A, B, and C. It's kind of hard to causing my own shadow here. Okay, so these 3 surface mount resistors there. Trying to find light and focus. Those guys there. So in a different series, if you take them off or leave them on, it will do different things, which I'll post that on the screen. But I think come on, just focus in for us. I think what I need to do is just take the far right one off. So let's go ahead and look at that sheet now. And you'll know before I will, because I can't look at it at this second. But I do believe that we need to take the far right one off, and that will get us to where if we have the button shorted and we power up the machine and we have it wired into the power, it should just come on and do one initial noise, or our startup sound that I want to make, and then that's it. Unless we, hit the button or unshort the button. So I think this will work. The only thing I don't know is if cutting this little speaker off and putting it to a bigger speaker is actually going to fly. I don't know. So that's the only thing. So if this isn't having enough ass to it to get it to go, then we might have to find another alternative route for that part. And we have to see, I don't even know how well this works. I have a sound picked out, but that doesn't mean we can get it on there. What I did was I just screen recorded what I wanted because I couldn't find it anywhere. I was just going to pay for it, but I couldn't find it. And, I could find like an 8-minute version, and that's not what I was wanting. I just need like 10 seconds or 5 seconds or something. So hopefully, what I did was I screen recorded it, and then I took it to an app where it converts video to MP3, and then I emailed it to myself to get it to my computer. And then I'm hoping to take it from my computer and load it on there that way. But let's go ahead and see if we can take apart one of these speakers. We're going to have to figure this out too. The ideal thing would have been to have an amp, and I could have just plugged an amp in and ran exactly the way I was going. But there is possibly a guy coming to buy this tomorrow, so I need to see if I can wire up these speakers and get it going. It doesn't matter about the sound module. That's just kind of for fun and for future reference if I can do it. But I do want to get this all zipped up for in case this guy shows up to pick it up tomorrow. And that is not going to work there. So, of course, I do not have the tools next to me that I need. Well, let me go ahead and grab the screwdriver and anything else I need, and I'll kick some shit over, and then we'll be back in a minute. Need to pick up the pace a little bit. Okay, so basically these are just plastic boxes. So I'm going to trim the wire off of these speakers. We can pull that off, and we can resolder this later. Just easier to just snip it off for now. Got good magnets on them, and we can save that part. A nice little knot to hold it in there. Yeah, my original thought was to do the startup sound for the Star Wars that I did before this, and I have a Star Wars that I sold after this, so I really wanted to kind of try it out before I did that one, because I wanted to start it out with some Darth Vader sounds, or maybe one of the cool songs or something. Just seemed like it would be fun. There's not a whole lot of turtle sounds that were cool for startup sounds, but definitely a lot cooler for Star Wars. And we got a knot here. Yeah, here we go. So these wires, they could have went to our other speakers, and we could have left them sitting up there, but that's all right. These seem like they're actually a little bit better quality. Those other ones are like $1 half speakers or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna step on this part up here. So we can mount those. This is our wire, and then I went ahead and took this apart. This is, I guess, I tried to tell where the wires are going. I'm not going to bother with going through all that. It's going to take too much time, and it's so small. But we have the potentiometer here. I'm hoping I can mount this somewhere, maybe underneath the control panel along the wall. That way it's real easy to get to. You just lift the control panel and turn it up. This board seems like it's decent. There's 2,600 games on it. There's a little fluctuation in between games on the volume. Not a lot, but some. And, you know, I don't know if you guys have played this. Some of you have, I'm sure. Played the 61 board. There's the what's that game at the end? Gunsmoke, where it just blows your speakers. So we don't want that. I think this pot on the back was fine. Where are we at here? You could reach in behind it and get to it. I also didn't like that it was in the back because you might push it into the wall when you back it up against the cabinet. And we need to cut this guy off. Make sure I'm in frame. And there should be, normally there's 4 wires in here. All we need is red and black, so there might only be 2 in here for this one. What did it do with all my tools? These are my new strippers. Not sure how to use them yet for every situation. Yeah, so we got, almost dropped them. We just have red and black in here. There's no data or anything on this one. So that's cool. We're gonna need more than that though. Let's give us plenty of room here. Actually, we only need enough to split into bigger wire. That should be good. All right. Now we gotta go little itty bitty. Where's my little one? These things seem like they're much better quality, the strippers anyway. And it's hard to find quality strippers. Ooh, that's so tiny it won't even cut it. I'm gonna have to adjust that. I don't want to cut it off. I might have to use my teeth on that one. So that's just gonna go red to 5 volts and black to ground. And otherwise, we're gonna have to put like a little power strip or something in there to plug the USB into. And then this is just gonna go to our game board. So we're ready to start doing that. That was a nice little short clip. Moving right along. We're gonna save these pieces here in case we have to put that back together. But let's get set up here and I'll be right back. Alright, kind of cheated, went ahead a little bit so that way we can cruise through this and get to the fun stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of cheat on these. I used the 1 hole. They're not big enough to cover this anyway, so I'm just gonna kind of angle it in a spot where we can get 2 screws in. That ain't the right screw. And then we'll go that route. I gotta make sure the solder or my little points are facing down so that they're easy to get to. Why I keep grabbing the wrong screws? It's a box of screws. How are they all different? All right. This time? Okay. Thanks for cooperating. Alright, let's just get this sucker in here. If I wasn't filming, this is like 10 minutes worth of work. This takes a little bit of effort to stop, point stuff out, reset the camera. The right spot. There it is. A little bit of an angle. A little bit. I always say that. I notice I say it all the time though. It's not something I'm just doing on camera. Just something I'm noticing on camera. I might have the wrong screwdriver for this job. At the wrong angle. Really, you want to have all this kind of stuff done already, but I got fooled. I fooled myself. I really thought it was done, and I opened it up and I was like, oh crap, my speaker's still in there. That ain't gonna fly. It was only like a $20 or $30 speaker, but I like it. I won like a, what was it, $200 gift certificate to Home Depot a while back, a couple years ago, before I was buying DeWalt tools. And it was fun to just walk through there and buy a whole bunch of $20, $30 tools. The meter I got out of that too. I was trying to think if I even still had anything that I was using. I have a flashlight. I don't use it that often. It holds a charge, it just doesn't last that long. It's not bright enough or long enough for me to use it. More like an under cabinet light or something like that. Okay. And I already got our wire shoved through. Kind of eyeballed where that's going to go and how much extra wire we're going to have to add. We only have to add wire on this speaker side because the other stuff is just real close together. And I want to mount it on this side because I want the wheel to be facing up. So because we have a part side and a solder side, I know which side of the cabinet I want it to go on. This would be so much easier with the impact. We're in tight spaces. I just can't get a good angle on it. There we go. Alright. So what I did was I just helped us out and make sure you guys can see here. I want to get through this and then I want to do this sound module and then I have a surprise for you guys for what the next video is. Let's see, somewhere in here will be fine. I don't want to get too close because then I'll start talking without being on camera. So we have one for each speaker here, and I went ahead and peeled off that tiny little bit of casing that's on there. Whenever the wires are this small, I always strip way more than I normally would, or way more than I need, just because there's not much to make contact between the two wires. So the more you have, the more you can get a good connection on it. And then one set we're going to do red and one set we're going to do blue. So which is longer? I guess we can go. I don't think I made one side long enough. That's alright. I'm going to do what we do. And I know I'm going to need heat shrink. How far away is it? There we go. Not far. Nice. Put that there. We're going to need the heat gun. It should be sitting here too. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Not too bad. Try to have everything ready for this one. I just want to blow through this part and get to the fun stuff. Which side is longer? This one here. And what I do is I just put them together and then overlap them. A lot of people will like twist them like this, like a bread tie. Then you end up with a big knot on there and it's hard to get your heat shrink over it. And I think you make a better connection if you twist it around each other like this. But wow, is it tough when it's this small. I can't even see this wire. It's like invisible for me. Alright, there's one. Probably put a little dab of solder on there. Since I have it out. And which is longer on this side. That one. What am I doing? Wrong thing. Yeah, I'm really excited for the next project. We're gonna, actually I got a couple more coming up. Kangaroo might get put on the back burner for a little bit because we have another commission cab like this. I'm gonna let him do whatever I can do custom for him. I'm gonna let him do. And then what else is next? The Secret Surprise. And The Stargate that I was working on over at Mike's house, I think I'm going to buy that off of him and fix that up. And that'll be the next game that I flip. But then we can kind of go through, kind of like we are with Kangaroo. We'll kind of do the same thing with it and just fix every single thing. I went through it. I know it needs a lot of board work, and Mike's not going to go through all that. I don't think Defender or Stargate's a big title for him, so I figured that would be a good one for us to do. And what else? Got parts to fix the Megatouch Evo finally. Well, I ordered a hard drive. I keep ordering stuff, but we haven't found it yet. But eventually it'll be a whole new machine, minus the motherboard. I think the motherboard's booting though. I have two motherboards, one doesn't boot and one does. And I got a lot of customer jobs. And it won't be long, and it'll be time to go back to Kansas. And they just got Cowboys and Moo Mesa. So we're going to make a cabinet for that. Just kind of like I did the Turtles in Time. Just going to try to get something 4-player out there so the game can be out there. We'll worry about art and stuff later. Well, I won't. They will. But actually, I'll put that on the list because we can go ahead and order art now. By the time I get to it, we'll be ready for it. I don't think we really need side art. It'll probably be in a lineup, but we could at least get a good marquee, maybe a cardboard bezel or... Okay, I want to put some solder on here just to help it, since this stuff is like so frail. I tried to bite the casing off and you just bite right through it. The solder's thicker than the wire is. And it doesn't take a lot. Just get some on there and slide it down like that. That's good enough. Okay. That there, that there. And heat shrink time. It's weird working in the silence. I usually have a podcast going or something. There hasn't been really much to listen to lately. Everything's so political. There's not anything really to listen to on the political side. Not anything positive. Alright. That one there. And, oh, I just dropped that one. We'll use this other one. There it is. I think this other one's really long. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and use this longer piece. I go through some heat shrink, I tell you what. We got, let's see, what else did we get going on up at Kincaid? We got the Batman pinball out. I got a lot going up there in this past trip. It was pretty productive. They traded my buddy for his Moo Mesa board, which we had that in a video once, not too long ago. Alright, get that. Now let's get us some action on this. Need a battery. This 5 amp hour will kick its ass. Just do 2 at once. I knew I wanted this, but I never thought I'd use it as much as I do. But having a battery operated one's just so handy. Warms up the room though. Okay. And I think I'm gonna feed them through here. Let's see, we can take these out. not going to use that pot for this one. We'll use it on the next one. I really would rather mount it up here on that hole, but it's okay. I'll have that figured out next time. Every time I build one, it just makes it that much easier. The last one I couldn't even get the back door on though. I really wish they could put this second hinge up just somewhere in here. The door just doesn't open right no matter what you do. Okay. Now we can get her. It took me a long time to figure out how to mount that thing too. Figure out how to mount it well. I will just leave it right on that bracket for next time. It's nice that the next one's going to be just in a couple days. And stuff for that's going to start showing up, I guess, Monday or Tuesday. Alright. Don't want to rip out our heat shrink going through there. If it's too tight doing this, you could just undo the screw. There's not a whole lot of wires going through there. You guys see what I'm doing here. Let's see, we're gonna be right here. That would be better. Okay. But yeah, we don't have to add anything to the other side because all the wiring is over there. We just had a little bit poking out this way, and so we needed to add some. I figured I'd do one color for each speaker. Alright, and we got plenty of room, Double this up on itself. Actually, I'll probably just cut it off. I'm gonna go ahead and solder it on there because I don't know how much room I'm gonna need on the other side. I don't want to short myself after I just added wire. You can always zip tie it together. And so this is the side I didn't want to cut as long. And this is hard to thread the needle this way. And I'm half blind. Okay. Almost. Oh, it was going. I don't want to break it off of there either. I'd like to bend it. There we go. Bend it out a little bit where I can get to it. That other one doesn't even have an eyelet. It's just got solder all the way over it. And that's alright too. Oh, hell. This is why I always do this stuff off camera. Which I may end up having to do, because I don't know that I can see it from standing way over here. There we go, finally. And I do the same thing there, just kind of wrap it around itself, hold it in place until we can get some solder on it. This one we don't have that option, so we'll just kind of wrap it around there real good. See, this one, when I got situations like this, I'll just kind of bend it in a hook, like a candy cane, and then just, that way you can just hook it around it rather than trying to push it forward and pull it back. You'll never do that. I can barely do it like this. Okay. Doesn't help that these speakers are like 10 times smaller than the other ones I was using. I'm just not catching it. No matter. Let's just solder that sucker on there. Oh, should have put it through that one, damn it. Alright, easy enough. And voila. I don't know if I got that one. Missed it a little bit. There we go. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the blue. So we'll be back down here. Can you guys see that? I'm so blinded by the lights. It doesn't look as bad on camera as it does in my face. Thought I sat on the cat. Okay, which one's longer? Oh, these are nowhere near as long here. I should have done those there and those over there. Let's see. Might just cut us a new piece of wire for this one. But you guys get how to do it. Take this here. It's gonna come somewhere over here. Kind of try to, I can guesstimate where I need. See, we're only gonna get about halfway up the where we need to be here. So I'm just gonna find us some new wire for that side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and solder this side on and do this side, just like I did that side. And then I'll spin the cabinet around and we'll start lining up where that stuff goes up there. And we should be able to turn it on. And if the sound works, then we can move on to the sound module and start hooking that up. If we can get that hooked up, I'll do all this little stuff on the side, and then we'll play it a little bit. I'll show you what kind of games are on it, and you can give me your opinion in the comments. I usually use the Game Elf. It has like 900 or 1,000 games on it, and it's got a lot of good titles. This one's got a lot of good titles on it too. I don't know about quality. I know we played a little bit of the fighting games. It's got, you know, all the Mortal Kombats, which I'm not used to. Tekkens. There's just a lot of stuff on there that's not on the other one, which is pretty cool. But there's a lot of doubles too, and a lot of like no-name titles. All right, I'll be right back. There really wasn't much to do once I flipped it around over here. It was just the audio jack on this side, 2 wires on the power supply, the red and black, and then I mounted the volume control. I really was just setting myself up for when we started filming, but I forgot and I just kept going. But we should hear some sound this time, hopefully. If we don't, okay, good. I was going to be a little upset. So I'm going to lift this up here and show you what we got going on. I cleaned up the wiring a little bit. Not great, but I will get that a little better. So there's our volume knob there. And I'm going to make some noise on this thing. Let's get a game to start here. I always forget which button I have to hit. I got a problem with this one player. Start button's not starting. What is going on? Sorry, I know you're not looking at anything important at the moment. I must have pulled the wire out. Oh, I'm gonna hit 2-player start. Oh, well, come on. We got credits. Okay, there we go. Never mind. It's good to go. Right? I'm moving. Okay, and the button works. There's no sound on this one? What the heck? I picked the worst game in the world. You know, 1942's got sound. Open, close, auto fire. Oh yeah, that's annoying. Okay, so back down to here. Yep, one player start works. Alright, so. And she works. Well, we don't want that loud. I just stiffened my stupid tripod for no reason. That sound is awful. I had this game for a while. It's pretty awful. Fun game, though. Alright, so what I want to do next is turn this down. Okay, so next I want to take the sound module and I'm going to, let me pull it out here. What I want to do with this guy, let's see, I want to just go ahead and cut the speaker off and then wire the speaker into our speaker and see if we can even hear the little thing. Now if we can hear that, then I know it's going to work right away. I think we could probably tap in before the amp on this thing, the little volume control, and it would be fine. But if it doesn't work, I'm not going to worry about it in this video because we're getting pretty long in the tooth already. But let me go ahead and cut this snip. Actually, I'm going to snip it, I'm going to wire it, and then we'll go ahead and see if it works. That way we don't waste any more time. I'm actually just going to run alligator clips just to test it. It'll be a much faster ordeal, and we'll know right away. Hopefully. I think that'll be easier. This wire is just so thin, it's almost useless. Attach this one. Whoa. Hanging up on shit, and I'm trying to. Last one. I think if I do this again with this sound module, I'm going to replace all the wiring ahead of time with some thicker gauge wire. This super thin stuff, it just breaks on its own. These are long enough. Pretty close. Magnet got me. Alright, there's one. Just get on there. Alright, so I'm going to hit the button. Let's see. Nothing. Are you still on here? Are we turned on? We're turned on. Let's see if we turn it up. Oh, I hear it. It's real quiet. Yeah, so for this to work, I'm going to have to tap in before that volume control, because I do believe this is where the audio amp is. So I am going to try that real fast just to see if I can prove myself right, because if that works, it should work. But that means I'm going to have to get on my computer and get this sound. That should be fast, though. Give me 1 second and we'll see. Otherwise, we'll end it right here. Or we'll come back in one. Show you what I got going on here, if we can see. So I did just like I said, and I'm just trying to tap in before this audio amp here. So I just hit right on the 2 points where it comes in from the board. And the other side's going to be from power. So we'll see what we got going on here. Oh, it works. It's kind of creepy. Bingo bango. Okay, give me a minute. I'm going to load my sound up and we'll see how it works. Or see Sorry, it's going to be super loud because the air is running. It's hot outside. I never did get that sound module working. The wires kept breaking on it, and the more I kept messing with it, the more it aggravated me. So I'm just going to play a little bit and enjoy it for a minute, and then I'll show you the surprise, and then we'll wrap up this video. We got a lot to do this week, and I got a job to go to tonight. So we do have sound. We do have the volume knob that's in there. It's working. So that part is a success anyway. Finding something on here that I want to play for a minute is going to be hard. Kind of fed up with that sound module. Basically, I spent more time trying to get a file the right size than I did working on the module itself, and I ended up just rewiring it, and then I gave up. I didn't even try it. And I don't really see anything I want to play. I'd rather play pinball at the moment. Donkey Kong 3. They have the Donkey Kongs on here like 3 times under different names. Something fun. So we just do this. Oh, I guess I picked something. See how bad it is. I do want to hit this with some marker too over here. Oh, I definitely don't want to play that. I don't have any clue what it is. Karate Blazers. Fix that button. There was a lot of wiring that I guess I ripped out trying to get that thing working in here. I don't know if that's how it happened or if that wiring is just so crap. Definitely spend the extra. Hey, I'm trying to film here, Missy. See if you guys are even on frame still. Her new fascination is knocking this thing over. I don't know why. I guess because I'm paying attention to it, not her. Bucky O'Hare. I haven't really played that much. I figured something would stand out. There's lots of rare games on here. Lots of games I haven't played much of. There's Discs of Tron. I don't think I've ever played that. I don't want to play Donkey Kong. We got all these. I like playing Donkey Kong though. Yeah, I know. You want to tear it up. It'll give you kind of a chance to see this, and if you can zoom in. Definitely a big selection, way more than I need. Let's just play Frogger for a minute. Let's turn it up. Grabbing the wrong thing though. Wrong side, that's why. Did I turn it down? That's gonna aggravate me. Oh, that's not very loud. I hope it's just this game. That'll aggravate me. Yeah, it's gotta be just that game because that thing's super loud. There's actually a turbo and turbo outrun are on here, and pole position and pole position 2. It's kind of funny. I imagine it's got to be hard without a steering wheel. Come on. Ah, BBs. Oh, let's play kangaroo. That makes sense. Here, you just hang on a minute. I'll play with you in just a second. Yeah, okay. Volume worse. Just that game wasn't very good. They really swish it in, don't they? Oh yeah. I'm gonna say, how do you jump? Oh, alright. That was awesome. See, there's no lines going across the trees and stuff, and this one, like there is in mine. Oh, nice. Ladder cheat. You want to play too? Not really? You just want to tear it up, don't you? What is all that stuff? Oh, I was looking at you. Game over already. You can do a custom button combination to go back to the menu, which that's kind of cool. There's no search, and there's no well, search really wouldn't help you on this one anyway, because half the games that you want to play have the wrong names. Now let's just go to stick on theme. That'll make it easy. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Play the overseas version.
Legend Shell! This is April O'Neill's warning. Hey, Krang! Bring that statue back, you bloated...
You bloated, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the startup sound I was trying to load was Vanilla Ice doing ninja rap. I couldn't get it to load very much other than ninja rap. But I thought it would have been funny. So there's the joke. I worked about 5 hours on that joke for no reason. No payoff. That was awesome.
Prepare to die.
Oh. I died. Oh, that got me. Oh. Well, this is how to play Turtles badly.
Leg kick, shell, leg kick, shell, leg kick.
Alright. Let me take you over here and show you the surprise real fast before I end this. Ta-da! I got her home. So I have this one, which is a complete game. It's missing some boards. All it has is the MPU in the back. And I have a complete separate parts machine. This is the better playfield out of the two. I kind of wanted to start on this as soon as possible. I was hoping that that wouldn't take that long and we could jump right into this, but so be it. But tonight, I want to start on this after I get back from this job. We'll kind of poke around, take a look at everything, put all of it together so that we have a complete machine sitting here, and then we can kind of take an inventory on what's wrong. I know that the MPU is bad. I have two MPUs. One is much easier than the other one. It's basically just the ground rail on the outside and anything that touches it, where the other one is like the bottom half of the board. But it looks pretty good. It's really dirty, so we'll probably clean it first. I do have rubbers and all that stuff, but we're nowhere near that. Depending on how long it takes me to get the MPU going, that's really what we're going to wait on. And if it takes too long, I'll just order the replacement. But the back glass looks good, and the play field where these pins are here, that's where my other play field is just tore up. So this one will do. But I'm super excited because this is my Grail machine. My dad owned this as I was growing up, and playing this guy is why I'm in the job and hobby to this day. Because I knew how to coin this thing up, and I knew I think that's pretty much all I knew. But I thought I was big shit. I knew how to put credits on it. But I guess for an 8-year-old, that's pretty cool. But stick around. We're hitting this one next, which that'll probably be. See, you'll see this one today, so hopefully you'll see that one tomorrow, and we'll at least have some of it out. And then we also have the Mega Touch to finish, and I think we're done with Touchdown. I'm gonna list it, and we're gonna be almost. We got Kangaroo to go over here still. A lot of work still, but this whole side's done. I just need to paint it, and I've started sanding and stuff on the better side. So the cabinet work is almost there. I mean, it's as good as I can do anyway on this cabinet. But you can see like this spot on the control panel, that was really bad. It was really like chewed away. So that's kind of how it looks all the way around now. You need to touch that up a little bit, but that's all right. But thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully the next one will be a little bit more enjoyable. I won't have to fight myself so much. That was odd. All right, I'll see you in the next one. These two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is, a nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted, I got what I wanted, and a pretty good deal on it too. Super hang on.
What I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
What happened? Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.